Every night, the clock strikes 13, and the house groans like a living thing. It's then I hear footsteps, always coming closer, never arriving. The mirror never lied until today, when it showed no reflection of me but whispered my darkest secrets back in a voice that wasn't mine. I found an old photo of myself that I don't remember taking. The unsettling part is, I'm sleeping in it, and someone else is holding the camera. My dog barks fiercely at the corner of my bedroom every single night, growling at something I can't see. Last night the barking stopped, but the growling didn't. I woke up to my mother calling me from the kitchen for breakfast. As I left my room, my mother pulled me back, whispering I heard it too. They say everyone has a twin somewhere in the world. Mine sits at the foot of my bed every night, smiling silently. I've started locking my bedroom door at night because something tries the handle. Last night I forgot, and this morning I found muddy footprints inside my room. The old painting in the attic always gave me creeps, but when I tried to remove it, I realized it wasn't hanging on the wall, it was a window. I always thought the voices in my head were just my imagination. That was until the day they started whispering about things I never knew. Every night I hear one more step up the stairs than there are. Tonight, the steps didn't stop at the top. My therapist says journaling will help with my nightmares. But when I woke up today, my journal had entries I don't remember writing, in handwriting that isn't mine. The new house came with a set of rules from the previous owner. Number 1 was never look under the basement stairs after midnight. I installed a camera to see why I sleepwalk. The footage showed me standing by the bed, watching myself sleep for hours. There's a local legend about a phantom hitchhiker who vanishes from the car at the same spot on the road. Last night, I saw her in my rearview mirror, sitting in the back seat as I drove past that spot. I found a strange old door in the basement of my new house. It's locked, but at night I hear someone from the other side, begging to be let out. My friend and I found an old Ouija board and asked if anyone was there. The planchette moved to yes, and then spelled out, "Get out now." After my sister went missing, I started receiving letters in her handwriting. But they weren't from her. They described in detail how she was being watched long before she disappeared. I used to have a recurring dream about being chased through an endless forest by a shadowy figure. Last night I found a leaf in my bed. I woke up to a text from my girlfriend saying, "Look under your bed, she's been missing for 3 years." I always laugh at horror movies when characters don't turn on the lights. But when I heard my deadbolt unlock by itself tonight, I understood why. The first night in our new house, my son told me he made a new friend in his room. When I asked him to describe his friend, he said, "He doesn't have a face." Everyone told me the doll I found in my attic was creepy and that I should get rid of it. I didn't listen until I found it in my bed, holding a knife. I used to love the sound of rain until I found an old journal in my attic. The last entry reads, "The rain sounds like footsteps upstairs." There's an old, scratched inscription on the inside of my closet door that says, "Your next last night, it changed to your now." The ghost tour guide assured us the spirits were friendly. As we laughed, I felt a cold hand grip mine, but when I looked down, nothing was there. My grandfather warned me about the creature in the woods. He said, "If it ever asks for your name, don't give it. That's how it takes your face." The old swing in the backyard moves by itself, even on windless days. I thought it was just odd until I saw a child sitting on it, disappearing when I blinked. I thought my cat's habit of staring at the ceiling was just a quirky behavior. That belief shattered when I saw the shadowy figure she was staring at smile down at me. I love antique mirrors, but the one I recently acquired shows a room that isn't mine, and in that room something waits, watching me. I used to receive emails from my dad every day, even after he passed away. Today's email read, "Why did you let me die?" My new apartment's peephole shows the hallway in reverse. Yesterday, someone walked backwards to my door and stood there, staring in. The last man on earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock on the door. Our family portrait hangs in the living room, but lately we appear one by one to be aging rapidly in the picture, except for the figure that wasn't there before. I woke up to my wife telling me she heard a noise downstairs and asked me to check. I went downstairs, only to find my wife sitting at the kitchen table. She whispered. I heard it too, but it wasn't you. Every night at 3 a.m., my phone takes a picture of me sleeping. This morning, someone else was in the bed with me in the photo. I never believed the old urban legend that if you watched a static TV at midnight, you'd see the dead. Until tonight, when I saw my own face staring back. My new house's previous owner left a note: "The walls bleed at night. Don't try to clean it, it angers them." I found an old tape in my basement labeled "Watch Me, I Wish I Hadn't," because it was a video of me watching the tape. They say if you listen to a shell, you can hear the sea. When I put the one I found at the beach to my ear, I heard screaming. My daughter has an imaginary friend who she says is a nice lady. Last night I heard her ask, "Why do you have those scars on your wrists?" As I was about to inject the serum, the mouse in the lab spoke, "Please, no more. I can't forget anymore." I used an app to see how I would look when I'm older. The app showed me a picture of a gravestone with my name on it. My wallpaper is patterned with roses. Some mornings I wake up to find one more rose than there was the night before. I bought an old camera that prints photos immediately. The first photo I took was of my smiling face, but I wasn't smiling when I took it. Every time I look in the mirror, I see a figure standing behind me. When I turn around, it's gone, but it's getting closer every day. The lighthouse keeper told me never to look into the light because it looks back into you. I laughed it off until one night I saw eyes in the beacon. I always thought the scratching in my walls was mice, until the day the scratching turned into knocking. As a kid, I used to talk to the moon, imagining it was a friend. Last night it talked back, saying it missed me. I inherited a clock that has a 13th hour. Every time it chimes, something in the house changes places. I thought the whispers I heard at night were just the wind, until one night they whispered my name, followed by "We're here."